This is Dr. Wilson. I want to overview for you real quickly how you can work with iMovie if you're unfamiliar. Mine is not the latest version, but I think it will be similar enough to what you're doing that you'll be able to keep up. You start off this is my screen, and what you'll notice is up here in the top left hand side is my editing panel. Down here at the very bottom is where I import movies into, and then I drag them up into here, so everything kind of comes up in here. So this is my timeline. If I hit the space bar, then the movie begins. And so you can see the timeline. I have text at the top that is overlaying across several different slides you can see, or pictures, a transition maybe between a picture, and music is the green bar that's there. Now, if I want to, right over here on the right, this is my import screen for the most part. So if I'm wanting to bring in music, my music must live in iTunes, because when I click here, it wants to take me either to GarageBand or it'll take me to iTunes, where I have different pieces of music that then I just click and drag and drop in. Okay, and actually if you drop it onto a slide, a picture, then it goes across that picture until the music ends. Or if I drop it in this background area, see, it'll cover the whole thing. So that's how you import sound. This camera is opening straight to my photos, and so you can see here's my iPhoto and find the pictures that I want to perhaps come in. Again, it's a drag and drop feature. Drag and drop. Insert, let's say. And so it's going to insert a picture for me. Here it is down here. And if I don't want that, because these pictures don't go with that particular slide, then I can highlight with yellow, do you see, and just hit delete, and then it will disappear. Or I can grab this and I can drag and drop and move it around if I change my mind of where maybe I want something to go. So you can see now I've moved it up here, but in fact it really doesn't go there either, so I'm going to delete that. And so it's a pretty easy feature once you get started in here, and I'm going to take these out right down here to have your timeline. Remember, you have the story that you want to tell, you have the text pieces. Oh, and text, let's talk about text. So if I have, oh, it looks like this did not delete, so let's get rid of this. If I have a piece of text that I want to use perhaps to transition from item to item, then this is my text piece. When I click on the text, then I get these different options, and this one is a little less intuitive to me initially. So I choose one of these, I drag and drop it. If I drop it on this, then it's going to add text to the, so this is a video clip, it's adding text on top of that right there. So I click, and actually this subtitle here, if I don't delete that, that's going to show. Okay, and then you see I say done, if that's done. And if I want this to be longer, notice it can drag the text longer across if I want to. So now if I hit the space bar, there's my have you had problems like this?
Carbon dioxide. We had a CO2 filter problem on the lunar module. 5 filters on the limb, which were meant for 2 guys for a day and a half. So I told the doc and
now I haven't shown you how. So this is music, images, text. You can also bring text. If I take the text piece, oh, and I was just there, so I'm sorry. And I drag something, let's say I want this, down here at the end. It can be by itself. I'm not sure how that's going to work. Yeah, I just did that wrong. I dropped it in the wrong place. So I'm just going to delete it. It's yellow, so I could do that because it was highlighted. I want to take it down here. So I'll bring here. And now this means I can choose a background color, stay with black. Okay. And so now I've got this as, so here's the end of the video.
You, sir, are a steely-eyed missile man.
Sorry.
You are a steely-eyed missile man.
So you can see how that goes. So the only thing we haven't done really is talked about how to import video. So I've been using KeepVid quite a bit to download videos onto my desktop. But if you see, I then import it by going to File. Oh, let's see. Hang on just a second. File. Oops. File. Import, and then go over to Movies. And then I go to my desktop or wherever my movies are, and that's where I can. Let's see, I don't think this is Movies. And then wherever my movie is, I click on it. What will happen is, so let's see if I have something small. Okay, well, let's just say I'm going to use this one. What happens is it comes in, the video comes in at the bottom of my screen down in this area. It's going to take a few minutes. And when it comes in, then I can highlight the portions that I want, you know, with the green or the yellow highlighting tool. And I drag from the bottom up down here, down here, up into here, wherever it needs to fit. I was hoping to do this much faster. I'm sorry. Usually comes in down here towards the bottom. So if this is where the video came in, actually you can see I have so many in here that it's a little hard to find. It doesn't really matter what it is, but you'll see. So let me just take whatever. So I'm going to take this piece right here. I'm going to click. And you see, if I click and drag, this is where I highlight, and I can say, oh, I want this piece right here. I'll come up here to the end of what I'm working on, and I will drag that up and drop it. There it is. I might want to add a transition from my fixing things to this, and so my transitions are this fourth button here. And there are themes. I often don't choose a theme at all, I'll tell you, but I have seen people use themes nicely. Here's page curl. I kind of like that if I'm doing a major transition. I just drop it in between. You'll see a little icon that shows that you've dropped a transition in. And so now here's my,
that in mind, and you're going to
and then
do your
here's the
portfolio on
portfolio
this page.
piece that I was doing.
So,
so anyway, that's how you create a video in iMovie, a TEASe. Your final product when you are finished and you've done editing, remember if you want to crop a little bit off your video, you just click and drag, and then you whatever you have highlighted, you hit delete, and that part will go away. So you can do that very easily. One more thing, let me show you. In here I have music that I was using. If I use this dial button, the dial button always gives you additional options. So if I go to clip adjustment, this is where I can choose to fade in and fade out. And notice I usually drag my fade in and out a little bit higher than what's defaulted. You can change the volume level. If your video is a real loud volume, you want your music to kind of match so that you have consistent volume throughout. So this is where you can adjust those items. And if you have video, so here's my video. Notice if I hover over the beginning of it, I have a dial again. Click on the little down arrow, and that should give you options. So I can go again into this video adjustments, and I can do lots of things. So I can change the brightness if it seems really dark. I can go in and monitor the usually you can change the volume a little bit, and so probably in audio is where I can manage that. Yes, so here's the volume and options here. So you just have a couple of options anytime you see a dial button. Remember that. In the end, I always save twice. So first, I will want to finalize my project, and then I want to export the movie, and I export the movie first to my desktop so that I have a saved version here on my computer, and then the next time, so if I go here, notice it'll take me, I can say where I'm going to save it. I usually save with a medium, not the highest level at all. And then I also want to put it on YouTube. So this is assuming you already have a channel on YouTube, because you probably did that with your screencast that you did for me on a Web 2.0 tool. Now I can go straight into YouTube and publish it there and just, log in and do what I need. And then that URL that it generates for you on YouTube is what you'll turn in. So I hope you have fun creating your TEASe. Good luck.